last night, 2 o'clock in the morning?
Going to the bodega. Well, the 24-hour bodega is farther away than the one, that's closes at 1. So, I had to get a 40.
What do you need at 2 o'clock? 40, seriously?
40 of Budweiser.
How did you leap over every other age and just go into elderly drunk?
I'd like to thank my dad. Big influence in my life.
You are basically, and you're lost on your own timeline, where all of a sudden you've just flipped off into Tom Waits years.
It's awesome, really. I enjoy myself.
866-RUN-0-FEZ, 866-RUN-0-FEZ.
There is an article about waiters and the proper way to ask for whatever it is you're ordering. And it's...
Where's this article?
It was on AOL.com. And they were saying that asking the waiter, the server, to say, bring me the whatever, bring me a turkey club, is really actually rude to the waiter. Because you've put
I don't know if I've ever said that. I don't think I've ever said, bring me a turkey club. No, I don't think I talk that way. Do you talk that way to a waiter?
No, I was thinking I go the exact opposite. I tell the waiter what I would like. I would like a turkey club. And then almost like, you know what? It's not a definite thing, but if the waiter would like to then bring me a turkey club, it's all put in their court. But they were talking about I'll have or I'll take, and how different things sound a little bit more aggressive to waiters.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever said bring me. Bring me! It sounds like a fucking king. But other than that, also the way that you talk, obviously it's going to matter where the fuck you're at. I don't think at a diner, you're going to really sit down and act like you're not in a fucking hurry. At a diner, you just might be standing at the bar, turkey club. Turkey club.
And I don't even know, waiters, they take so many orders, do they even hear what's in front of the menu item?
Why wouldn't they? They're at their job. That's like saying, how many phone calls do I take a day? But I don't like when people talk fucking rudely to me.
Yeah, you absolutely hear everything.
Would you be offended if someone said, bring me a turkey club?
Yes, I would. I'd say this guy's a dick, and, I would give them bad service.
Does it happen often?
That happens, I'd say 30% of the time.
I'm trying to think if I've ever said, bring me a turkey club.
It's usually, honestly, you can usually tell that it's like a wealthier person who just doesn't have, doesn't understand.
Here's John in Tennessee. You're on Run of Fez.
Hey, Ronnie, my mother-in-law says, I want this, I want that when we go out to eat. I want to just punch her in the face when she does that.
So she goes, like if she said, I want an apple pie and I want a coffee, that would be annoying to a waiter, Dave?
Yeah, yes, absolutely.
All right, so let's suppose I'm the waiter. You show me how to properly ask for something, okay?
Sure.
I'll be the waiter. Yeah, what do you want?
I would...
What do you mean,
I think I would like the steak medium rare, please.
Oh, well, then why don't you go in the back and cook it for yourself?
Well, that's your job.
Then blow me. I don't cook. I'm a waiter.
Fine.
Blow me. How about that? How about I put my dick on the plate and you sit there and fucking do what you really came here for?
I love this restaurant.
Here's one thing. Here's one that I don't like. Not that it's impolite. It's just you're too cool for the room. It's, I'll do a turkey club. What do you mean you'll do? You're going to have sex with? I mean, like, what does that mean? I'll do a turkey club. Stop it.
I always like to say this. Like, if I feel like they're rushing me, I always say, settle down, tits. We're in no fucking hurry here. And I do, no matter where I'm at. It doesn't matter whether I'm in a diner or the finest French restaurant. I always say this before they leave. And if I find out you fucking spit in there, look at me. If I find out you fucking spit in there, I'm going to cut your fucking throat out. And then guess where I go? To your house to kill your kids.
There's no reason to threaten me, sir. Just giving you food.
Because I know how you get with I know you get a little spitty. That's all I'm saying.
Just once.
All right, Driver has a good question for you, Dave. Go ahead, Driver.
Ronnie, what do you think a wait person prefers? Somebody who's a dick who doesn't leave a tip, or leaves a big tip, or somebody who's nice who doesn't leave a tip?
Mo money.
No money, one person. You'd rather somebody come in there and abuse you.
Absolutely. It's always about the tip, ultimately. Even though, you'd prefer someone to be polite and give a good tip. How hard is that?
Here's Tate in Florida. You're on Fez. Tate.
Hey.
Yeah. Oh, all of our phones went down at the same time, which gives us the perfect opportunity to use a Paranoid song from quite a long time ago.
Someone needs to fix these phones so Ronnie and Fez can do their show. Every fucking time they get something good going, the motherfucking telephones keep on blowing up. Every fucking time they get something good going, the motherfucking telephones keep on blowing up. Why won't Wiki fix the telephones? Why won't Wiki? Why won't Wiki? How can you build a pyramid without the callers calling in? How can you give out a big ass prize to losers like me who have no lives? The Ron and Fez Show on XM Radio. Ron and Fez Show on XM Radio. Fez Show. Channel 202. Every fucking time they get something good going.
All right, we got the phones working again. Apparently, it's something you got to struggle with every once in a while. But what are you going to do? We live in modern technology, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to lie to you about that. We basically live in AI right now. So anyway, Dave, I would only say this to you. I think this can get a little nitpicky. I don't think that the difference between Bring Me and I'd Like is that big of a deal.
Well, Bring Me makes you sound like a king, and you're really not. I mean, I understand that the person is serving you is waiting on you.
No, I get that completely.
But they aren't, your slave.
I get that completely. But at the same time, it doesn't, you could take it the wrong way. But some of this stuff could be taken the wrong way.
But then they shouldn't also use the name server thing, because that sounds really subservient. And that's the waiters and waitresses calling themselves servers.
They serve food.
Yeah.
That's why they're called servers.
Right, but it's still kind of a subservient name.
Because serve is in it?
Uh-huh, yeah. Like, I'm your server. I'm here just to serve you.
Yes, but no matter what place that you walk into, we're a service-oriented society. Some days, some people are fucking bringing you a steak. The next day, you're helping somebody with their fucking insurance. I mean, all we do in this society is go around trying to help each other do stuff. I don't see where server is such a negative term.
See, where it's like, maybe this sounds stupid, but helper sounds actually better. Because if you call someone for customer service, it's like, how can I help you? I'm here to help you, not how can I serve you?
But how can I help you with your food? You serve the food.
Yeah, there's really not a lot of synonyms that you can
why
use.
did they get rid of waiter? Why did they hate that? They felt like they had to wait? I will go like this, waiter. Wait there. I'm still thinking. Wait.
I think it just was easier because you would have to say he's a waiter or she's a waitress. And if you just say...
We get rid of the sexist nature of this whole thing.
You could just call everyone server.
Why'd the phones go down again? I just watched them all go out again.
Where the guys are looking at it right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the big problem is server. And to be totally honest, I don't know if I've ever heard anybody act like a king to a fucking waiter. Now, I know some people will go into places and be rough on waiters, but I don't know if they act like Bring Me. This whole article could be made up. Where did this article start at?
I think it was, I looked, all I saw was on AOL.
AOL never comes up with anything first. They just link to shit. Try to find out, Davey Mac.
Slantedfood.com.
Tell me what kind of website Slanted Food is.
It seems to be like
are they a bunch of servers all together, and they've gotten themselves a server?
It was written by a server, and it just seems to be a blogging site of like restaurants and whatnot.
Here's Ron. Ron, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, this one's for Fezzy. Fezzy, the difference is if it was a server, you would ask for lettuce wraps, and a servant, you would just tell them to bring you lettuce wraps.
Bring me the lettuce wraps. Terry, you're on Ron and Fez.
You know, I'm fucking sick of these waiters always fucking getting together and bitching. It's like, choose a different fucking job. Like, I get we want some human decency and respect, but we see this article every 3 months of waiters somehow claiming to be disrespected. Like, what the fuck do they want?
They do a lot of fucking whining in terms of you're not tipping enough and you're not talking to us nice. It seems like you're not overly crazy about being a fucking waiter. It seems like you'd rather be doing something else.
Well, you do get edgy as a waiter. You deal with so many people. You just want, I'm not saying that you need people to go over the top, but you want people to not command you like you're just a feeble little dick. You know, that's the thing.
All right, so at the same time, let's do this. You waiters, stop being so fucking familiar with the rest of us. Stop worrying about, like, you're not going to finish that. What? Weren't you hungry? Or trying to be friends? Or tell me about your personal life, like, another hour, I'm out of here, and then I'll be partying too. I don't give a fuck.
I agree with you.
What do you say, big man? What's happening? You ready to get some munchies? I'm here to order food. And you know what I like to say to him? I'm not here to make a new friend. Okay? I have enough friends, dude. I'll tell you something I hate, and a waitress did this to me not too long ago. It was at breakfast. No matter what I asked for, she said, no problem. No problem. I'll have eggs and toast? No problem. Side of bacon? No problem. Some juice? No problem. I'm going like this. Of course it's not a fucking problem. It's your fucking job to get me stuff. Even if it is a problem, go back there and fucking hit the juicer.
Well, she was trying to make herself seem more important than she was.
But
all you're hearing is the word problem over and over again.
I don't fucking like the familiar aspect. I don't like the fact that a waiter's going to go like this. Well, will this beautiful lady have? You know something? I fucking get it. You wish you weren't waiting. You wish you were fucking meeting people. Just fucking let's get in and out.
Well, when I was a waiter, I would never make small talk. I'm here to talk to you about the food and be as nice and quick as possible.
Do me a favor. Push the rice pudding, Dave.
I would.
I'm about to throw out fucking 2 vats of it. Push the rice pudding.
If that's what Chef Bob wanted, that's what he would get.
Speaking of which, really good news about a great chef, David Burke.
David Burke is going to be a contestant on the new season 2 of Top Chef Masters.
How exactly does that work, Fez?
I guess the way it works is it's, known chefs that will compete against each other.
Now, how many of them are on this show?
I think it's a lot. I think it's like 12. I think it's like 12 known chefs.
I think the last season of it was 16. And it was, it's like a bunch of rounds. It's basically like the Sweet 16 of March Madness. Win and move on. Win and move on.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Are you going to be watching this one?
I watched the first season of Top Chef Masters.
Are you going to be rooting for David Burke?
Maybe not.
Do people show up to watch this? Like,
no, it's not. It's exactly like Top Chef, the regular show, only with big-time chefs.
And this starts in April. Season 2 starts April.
Kyle in Ontario, you're a
how you doing?
Yeah.
Just a quick thing regarding those waiters. Like, how much can you bitch at somebody for one? Because honestly, it's a job. You got to do your job. And like 9 times out of 10, how often are you going to see that asshole you just dealt with? Like, come on. Like, I work at a marina. I'm going to fucking deal with assholes. You work on radio. You deal with assholes.
I work with them.
Fucking deals with them.
Yeah.
So,
I work
like,
shoulder to shoulder with assholes every day. And I just try to be as the best I can be. That's all I can do. But it is a good point. The waiters now seem to bitch more than anyone. And I agree with everything that Dave is saying. I I don't think that you should treat people like you're slaves. I don't think that you should talk down to them. But let's say this. The percentage of people, and be totally honest here, Dave, that treat you like you were shit when you're a waiter, right? What's the percentage?
It would be 40%.
Then spit in their food and leave the rest of us alone.
Well, I don't believe in spitting in food, but I will give you bad service. There's no question about it.
What would you do for bad service?
I'm just not going to visit your table for a nice 35 minutes or so.
Glenn in Oklahoma, you're on Ronnie Fez.
Hey, Tex. I had to stop bringing my 2-year-old boy out to eat with us at the restaurants because the waitresses will come up and they have to talk about their kids every single time.
But so now your child doesn't get to eat?
Yeah, I've got to take him to
You
my
sit in the car, honey, because I don't want to hear about their kids. Here's what I would like, first of all with Dave's. He's not getting a tip. Now he's in some kind of a Cold War back and forth. Come on over here and be my waiter, David. I want to see what kind of waiter that you are. Yeah, just come in here and act like you're waiting on me. Jesus Christ, where is this fucking guy? It's unbelievable how long it takes. I got this menu like fucking 18. Oh, God, look at this piece of work.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay?
Hello. Sorry. Good evening, and how are you this evening?
It's none of your business. I'm just here to order food.
Okay, well, would you like to start with the drink?
Yes, I'm not some animal who doesn't have beverages. I'm obviously going to drink.
Okay.
Here's what I want you to bring to me, boy. Bring me. Look at me. I'm fucking talking now.
Sorry, I was writing.
Oh, you
down.
have to write it down. You're not good enough to memorize.
Sorry, sir. Go ahead with your drink order.
Okay, boy. Here's what I'd like. All right. I want you to run back there in the kitchen. All right.
Yes.
And run your little fucking legs back there.
Okay.
Grab me the biggest steak you have. All right.
This was a drink order.
Oh, I can't. Look, I'm going to tell you how things are going to go. I like to get my steak first. All right, Red?
Sorry.
Okay? Let me tell you something. If I wanted to fucking scare rams and goats from running over, if I wanted to stop them from running over a bridge, I'd pull you out.
Okay. Did you come here for food, mister, or...
What do you mean, mister?
I'm just trying to give you the proper respect that you deserve.
When do you ever call anybody mister?
I'd like to pick up the check for that gentleman's table because I'm enjoying this so much.
We have some very nice appetizers that you'd like.
Well, why don't you eat them? You look a little fucking pale to me right now. Looks like you could use some vitamin C.
I've been running around serving lots of folks.
Do I say a little spittle? You getting ready to spit in my food?
I have a saliva problem, but I will not be spitting in your food at all.
Oh, by the way, Dave, there's yet another commercial. I think this one's for IKEA, where the star of the commercial is the spitting image of you. You are totally missing
Matt McCarthy.
Yeah, it's a different guy though.
Oh,
because I even said that Matt McCartney. Yeah, and he's doing a lot. But the red hair and red beard thing is as hot as hell.
Yeah, I know.
It's as hot as hell with TV commercials.
Junior's doing it now.
Yeah,
Dale Earnhardt.
I can't even begin to tell you how many fucking people.
Can I say one thing about your customer thing?
Yeah.
That would happen to me, believe it or not, as when you were like mocking my skin tone, 15 to 20% of tables would be like, you look very red right now. And I'd be like, well, I'm a redhead. I get flustered. I'm running around. and they're like, yeah, I know, but you look like really like screwed up. I'd be like, Jesus Christ, this is my appearance.
They're afraid you're going to get sick in their salad.
Yeah.
Corey in Tennessee, you're on Fez.
Hey, guys, how we doing today?
Yeah.
I just want to say I've been waiting tables since I was 17. I'm 25 now. It's a horrible occupation, but at the same time, you will encounter the biggest pussies ever. If you ever been to the back of a kitchen with like a room full of servers, it just, I didn't get tipped properly. Like 50% isn't enough sometimes. You got to get 18 or even 20. And they're just the biggest pussies on the face of the planet. But it is a shitty job. So
I don't know if they're pussies, if people, but you won't find, except for chefs, waiters probably are number 2 occupation of gripers. You know, waiters, that's how you talk, that's how you socialize. You just bitch and moan and talk to other waiters about that table sucks, 17's a dick, 16, look at them, you know, they're not going to tip well. You know, that's how you do. That's how you fraternize.
That's how you make the night go by.
That is how you make the night go by. It's a very tough occupation, but it can also be kind of fun, too.
But, you know, we're sitting around talking about it. I want to say most people that are waiting at any kind of decent place are really professional and really try to make people have a good night. And most of the time when you're talking about people who annoy you, you really are talking like at diners. And then sometimes those people can be fun.
Right. Yeah, I remember when we went out to one of the, I think it was London, and the waiter was so professional, though, that he kind of mocked me for not ordering, like, the right kind of sauce.
He thought you were a fucking moron.
Yeah. And
then later, I went back to that place, and he goes, where's the pasty guy who doesn't know how to order properly? I go, believe it or not, that guy used to work in what was a 5-star place. And he goes, 5 stars? What was it? I told him, he goes, 5 stars, more like 2 stars. And he goes, they're still, he goes, they're surf and turf and rice pudding. They're from fucking 1982.
Well, that was a staple of the menu, but he has no idea what it tasted like. He shouldn't be condescending. He told me literally, like, you don't want that. When I was like, can I have some tartar sauce? You don't want that. Not with this.
I agree.
And I'm like, I kind of do. I know what that kind of fish is going to taste like.
You don't know what it's going to taste like. You were at fucking London. You weren't on the fucking Jersey Shore. You were at a legitimate great restaurant, right?
Yes.
And a lot of times when they bring you food, it's not even like the food that you fucking had before. So you could be at a place like that and they call you like, oh, I'll have the fried chicken. It's not like any fried chicken you've ever eaten. It's a different type of fucking setup.
Right.
And I normally, if I'm at a nice place and they'll go, how would you like your lamb? I'll let the chef make the choice. I'll let him make it perfectly because he knows. And other people are like, really well done. And if it's not, I'm saying, then you know what? Just really fucking stay at home and burn shit on your barbecue. Here is, let's go over to Kevin. Kevin in Florida.
Hey, Ronnie, Fez, Clearwater, Florida. Know your old comedy club, everything. But when I worked on Clearwater Beach as a waiter back in the day, and you had some Vinny Boom Box come in with his hot girlfriend just ragging you, treating you like a piece of shit, little Visine squirting his fucking drink, watch him get the shits and the runs right in front of his girlfriend, up and down to the bathroom. No better sweet revenge than that to a jackass.
Yeah, you poison a human being. You, like any terrorist, poisoned a human being. Josh in Florida, you're on Fez.
Yeah, Ron, you hit on one of my pet peeves. I cannot stand, like when Dave was pretending to be the waiter, and you told him, you're going to write it down, you can't remember? I can't stand when those fuckers don't write it down because they always get it wrong.
Dave, where are you on the... I mean, obviously the first thing that they want to do is be able to memorize, right? That's considered... as good as you can get in the game.
But that's not feasible if your restaurant isn't, one of the major restaurants and you just have so much turnover. There's no way you're going to remember. Even if you have, say, eight tables would be a lot in the waiting business. Now, that doesn't seem like a lot. You know, you're saying, say, it's 8 tables, some 4 tops, you're looking at 24 people. You'd be surprised, though, that you can't remember every fucking table and everything that everyone has. You have to write it down. If you don't, then you're stupid.
Isn't that annoying, though, too? And for some reason, it's always a bad moment if they try to put somebody else's food down in front of you. Like if Fez ordered his fucking ham steak.
Yeah.
And it goes in front of me. There's like a moment of, oh.
There's no excuse
for both of us. We're like, I didn't want this food. And he's like, I didn't want my food to be somewhere else.
There's no excuse for that. If I went to your table, I would probably, I would go to Ron first, okay, and I would ask for you.
Why would you go to me first? Why wouldn't you go to Fez first?
Because you look like you're being assertive, and you care.
That's interesting to me, because I always like the ladies to be served first.
Well, you're both men. If there was a woman, yes, I would start with a woman first.
I had no idea that.
You're both males.
Now,
I would try and choose, this guy looks like he's running the show. Again, I know you, so that maybe that's why I made that. But I usually would try and guess. Okay, I can.
What makes you think Fez isn't running the show?
But if it's assertive, and I'm not, and you would go to women first, that doesn't make any sense. If I'm not being assertive, you would think that would be more effeminate, and you would go to me first.
Okay, I think
that's your way of sticking up for yourself. When you've just been insulted, and you fucking replied back, I'm the girl of this.
Well, I'm not saying it's necessarily even an insult. I'm saying that, you look like you would know the most about food.
Yeah, you know what, though?
The most cultured.
But that is true, and I normally like to wait till last to order, so I'm not fucking doubling down on the other orders. This way I can go like this.
Okay.
Really, let me try a little bit of your fucking fish.
That would be no problem if I went to you and you said, why don't you start with the gentleman to my left? And I go, okay. And so I would start with Fez, and I would say...
What if I said this? Why don't I just stick this fork in your neck? You fuck.
I would call the authorities.
But you're fucking hovering over me right now. It's like having a vulture at my table.
And then it's very simple.
He's like impending doom over here.
I would go with the person who wasn't still looking at the menu. I would think they had their mind made up.
Do you think you'd make a good waiter or a bad one?
Oh, I would make a bad waiter.
Why would you say that?
Because I'm forgetful, and I think I would forget to bring the water to the table. I think they would constantly be reminding me to go and get something else.
By the way, Fezzy, I'm having people write in, a man who acts like a woman doesn't get the courtesies extended to a woman.
That's why I said.
That's fucking insulting,
That shouldn't
actually.
be true.
Well, it does make sense.
But there's no reason to get food mix-ups, because you start with someone, then they're number one. So you say prime rib number 1, and then number 2, number 3, number 4. That's it. Very simple.
But you would always ask the women first, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And bring them their food first, serve them everything first.
Yes, no question about it.
Now, did you ever and you were very big on serving from the left, was it?
Serve on the left, clear on the right.
Oh, okay.
Make sure you do that. Now, if it's an 8-top and there's kind of weird shit going on,
extenuating
extensions. But if it's a circle table where you can get around to everyone, there's no reason not to, serve on the left, clear on the right.
But I also think that a really good fucking server makes the entire evening so much better. Yeah. And like we talked about being too friendly, I think there is a thing for too friendly, and I also think there's a thing for too formal. I think that I don't know where that exact pocket is, but when you find it, everybody ends up having a really great night.
When I became captain of the waiters,
my captain
in the Warren Hotel, I was named captain, and I had a simple phrase for my staff, which I would say, friendly, not friends. You're friendly to the customer. You're not friends with them. You're not going to talk to them about the ball game.
Why are you laughing at him? You think he's going overboard there?
Well, it just sounds like it sounds kind of like a bumper sticker. I'm just having trouble picturing him captain of the waiters.
It's a simple adage. I was a good waiter.
With that C on his waiter's jacket.
No, we weren't a sports team,
I kind of know what he's talking about, because I do want friendly, but I don't want to make a fucking friend.
Right.
I don't want anybody to be too familiar. At the same time, I don't even like extreme formality. I like really good place and I like good service, but I don't like 8 fucking people serving where the plates are coming back and forth and, they're making, then I'm like, this is too much service. And I think that's why some people are really scared of nice restaurants, because you're saying that a lot of people feel like they're better than waiters. I think a lot of people get intimidated and won't go out for good food because the service can be very formal.
Oh.
And they feel less than.
I agree with that 100%. In fact, any more waiters serving, if you see more than 2 people, I have a very big problem with that. In my dream world, the waiter will do everything, but okay, I understand a lot of great places, there's a front waiter and a back waiter.
Yeah.
But don't go over that. Don't go over 2. Once you have 3 people serving you, I went to we got a $75 gift certificate to Outback Steakhouse the other day.
Yeah.
There was 4 different people serving us stuff: drinks, apps, food, dessert. I'm like, why would I give you a tip? It's not personal anymore.
So you are affected at an Outback. An Outback throws you off. Have you ever been to Cipriani's?
No.
That's the kind of place I like, because they have really good service, but older Italian guys who act like that maybe you're related to them.
Those guys are great. Older people make fantastic waiters.
Isn't it weird like that, though? It's like there's a confidence level there. And they might not even be good at it, but they'll be like this. I've been here for 55 years. Believe me when I tell you.
Right.
You want to get this sauce.
And there's a smoothness there that you respect.
What about when a waiter refills a drink or something? I always say thank you when they come set it back down. Is that something that a waiter appreciates, or would they rather just slip in and not interrupt any conversation that's going on?
I think they like a little thank you.
I like it with service. I don't like it with standard operating procedure. If I fill a drink or give you your food and you say thank you, I like that. If you drop a knife on the floor and I give you another knife and you say thank you, I'm like, you're being a little too courteous.
Really?
Frankly. I got a job to do.
You'd rather be stealth.
Yeah, I have a job. The food.
If I dropped a knife and somebody went and brought me a new knife, I'm going to say thank you.
You don't have to. That's not part of service. That's fundamentals. You deserve that knife. You don't need to thank anyone.
Mike in D.C., you're on Fez.
Hey, Ronnie.
Yeah.
You can always trust those old gray-haired career guys at the steakhouses to not write anything down. And they don't forget a thing. Everything comes out.
I kind of agree. I will agree with you there. I'm always like the fact if a guy knows how to pull that off.
Well, yeah, that's very impressive. Although I think with the larger tips, they tend to have less tables.
By the way, you notice that a lot of the unhappy people are in Florida, and it's a really bad thing for that. Number one, it seems like a lot of kids just start waiting down there because there's not a lot of other jobs. It's not people who are really interested in the restaurant business.
Right.
And then elderly people tend to eat out more there than anywhere else. Yeah. But Florida, there is always some kind of a problem. And I will tell you this, in Florida, there's a higher percentage that the waiter will be drunk than any other place in the country. That they will be slamming drinks.
That's not good.
In a restaurant.
New.
And then here's another annoyance thing in Florida, I think, is everybody's kind of a little sunburned from earlier today, and the liquor hits quicker.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So there's always an exhaustion factor in Florida. But I will say to people that are afraid of good restaurants, you don't understand how fucking comfortable some of the top restaurants in the country have become now. They're really about having great food and a great atmosphere and a lot less of that French-style formal settings that used to scare people off.
That's very modern, just have good dishes and good service.
Yeah.
You don't need overcomplicated stuff. You don't need overcomplicated waiters. It's not necessary. That's a very 80s thing. That was like American Psycho when the guy wants to go to the place.
But that was all really fake. What I can't believe what so many of the waiters are doing now, like if you're in the green restaurants, and let's say you're ordering a Tasters, not only do they lay it out, they explain to you how the food is prepared, blah, 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 and even how to, because of people like Dave, how to eat it.
Well, and I guess that's good,
It is good because I'm telling you right now, when I go out to sushi places, that you don't want to use any fucking sauce. And people are like, well, I've eaten so many California rolls, I'm going to fucking sit here and load up. And they're like, no, this food is like good. Yeah. You don't have to sit there and cover it with your fucking sauces all the time. Mm-hmm. So people do have to be educated a little bit. People like yourself at London trying to use fucking tartar sauce. It's ridiculous. Sam in Toronto, you're on Fez.
Hey, I was just, I was thinking, I think we've gotten used to bitching at waiters. I think it's part of the experience now when we go out because you have waiters that are too friendly and they piss you off, and you have waiters who are assholes and they piss you off. It's part of the experience now.
Yeah, but, I mean, where are you going? Fucking Fridays and Chi-Chi's and these places? Those kind of places, I don't feel like that's part... If you want to go there, that's a whole different thing. That may be part of the experience. In New York City, if I'm going to go out to a nice place, generally, if the food is great, the service is also great. I don't know if I've ever been in a really great restaurant where I'm like, this food is amazing, and the wait staff is fucking awful. Mm-hmm. It just doesn't happen. Normally, the places just run well all the way through. And if you get bad service, the chances are you're also going to get bad food. Now, I'm not saying there can't be some kind of a weird one in a million deal where you can't get bad service at a great place. But normally, it seems like what the owner and the chef are doing has gone through all out the whole restaurant.
Yeah, and if it's good food, it'll sell well, and the waiters will get tipped better, so they should be happy.
David, New Orleans, you're on Fez.
Hey, fellas. Listen, I want to tell you, in the Deep South, you've got a lot of nice restaurants and some in New Orleans as well. that you've got some career older black gentlemen who, with their white short waistcoats on, who don't write anything down, who are just happy that you're happy with your food. It's a big smile. They're not ostentatious. They just do a great job. They've been there forever. They know what to do, and that's a pleasure. You know, you feel like you're being taken care of.
Now that is, I know exactly the type of situation that you're talking about in New Orleans. I think even Emerald's place has that set up. Some people, I think, from up north may be turned off with that, though. You know what I mean? Like, they might be thinking, like, Fez is subservient, where I don't fucking ever view anyone in the service industry that way.
Yeah,
I just feel like this is a temporary thing.
Yeah.
And I know, it's Fezzy, that's the second time in a week that you've brought up subservient as if it's somewhat awful.
Well,
you've done that with women sexually and now waiters.
Yeah, it's to me, it should be an equal thing. We're two people. The subservient, I don't like the word server. I just don't like that.
You're not equals in that situation. And one of the fucking reasons that you go out and do this is to be fucking served, to be treated that way. It doesn't mean that we now have a caste system, but it's just like if you go for a massage. You don't act like, hey, we're just two people. After this, I'll give you a massage. You know what I mean? One person is serving the other for money.
Right.
And there is nothing negative in the world about being in service to people. How can I help you is a fucking wonderful phrase.
That's every business. I mean, car service.
Any good business, yes.
Salesmen are in the service game.
You're right. And when you go to, if you're at a restaurant or if you're having your car serviced, you want somebody to be like, sir, don't even give it another thought. I'm taking care of all your needs while you're fucking here.
Right.
That should be perfect for you.
See, in the back of my mind, I have this thing, like, especially with like a mechanic, that they're doing me a favor. Even though I'm paying them, like if there's something really wrong with my car and the mechanic can fix it, to me, it's almost the same as I took it to a neighbor who fixed it.
Yeah, I don't know I don't know how to even answer that. You're taking it to a business. Without you being a customer, that business suffers. And you, of course, need a service taken care of. So this is a business arrangement. I don't know matter of fact, I don't even know what you're talking about by saying you took it to a neighbor. I'm completely lost on that.
Well, but do you view waiters who serve you food like that? Do you think that they're doing you a favor?
Yeah, I think in the back of my mind, there's a feeling like, yes, they're doing something really nice for me.
Yes.
I know there's
that should be in the front of your line.
I know there's a cash transaction there, but it feels
that doesn't also mean that it's not nice and pleasant. You know what I'm saying? It's still a pleasant experience. A person is saying, I'm going to take care of your needs while you're here. That's a fucking nice thing. But yes, you do set that up as a business relationship. So you actually do, both of you have a role to play. And the role is not, we're both 100% equals. Not in that situation. They're the fucking server, you're the customer. Later in life, you'll be serving them. Now, I don't think it ever gives you any fucking right to talk down to people. But you can say, I'm not pleased with the service.
Yeah.
That you're fucking giving me.
Yeah, you have every right to do that. Especially if the waiter isn't good.
Let's go over here to, Ant. Ant in Florida, you're on Fez.
Well, what's the proper etiquette for returning food that you're not satisfied with?
I'll leave that up to Dave. Dave, what happens? You bring me a steak. I ask for rare. It comes back as medium.
I would say that's my apologies. I'm going to take it back to the chef. I take it to the chef. That's it. I mean, I'm not going to be angry with you. Now, of course, don't get pissed off at me. You know, it's when the waiter, it's like, God, I ordered a medium, and you gave me a medium rare. Well, I didn't cook your steak. The chef did. Don't yell at me.
Right. That's a really good point. That there's no fucking sense in doing that, Kimmy. But I see this all the time in my life when people are in a store and they immediately become angry. They take things fucking quite personal. People are taking things very fucking personal all the time.
Well, we've gotten impatient as a country with everything, you know.
But, you know, even like if you see traffic stuff, if a guy fucking edges out too far, whatever, the other people are like, hey, what? You know, calm the fuck down, motherfucker. You don't know who you're screaming at.
Yeah.
How come out of fucking guns blazing?
Someone beeped at me because I was going too slow driving to the commuter place today. It was a fucking snowstorm.
Joe in Queens. Joe, you're on Fez.
Yeah, how you doing, Ronnie B? Peter Luger's in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
At a steakhouse. Greatest steak you ever want to have. You get the old guy with the gray hair, got the white apron on. They don't even let you order. He said, don't worry about it. I know what you want. I know how you want it. Relax, I'll take care of everything. And they just bring you out the best steak you ever had.
Yeah, we're going to go to Peter Luger's one night. There's no doubt about that. One of Fez's payoffs.
You got to go to the one in Brooklyn.
Right.
Not in Great Neck.
I don't go to Great
Big
Neck for any situation. There's certain restaurants like that. Some people are uncomfortable with it. I love it. We went to Mr. Chow's the other night. They're like, what do you like? You like seafood? You like different things? And you're like, yeah, I'll take care of everything. I'll take care of everything. Now, if you're panicked by that, you know, maybe you should go to fucking TGIFs, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe you should be Fez's every Thursday night, bring me a fucking other burger, you know?
Right. Well,
I'm on a fucking thing.
Means you have a very narrow palate if that makes you nervous.
But, you know, bring a little fucking excitement into your fucking dining experience. Make it a little fucking nice. I love how many Florida calls. Florida people are so fucking, it's a service state. Like 60, 70% of jobs are in the service business, and there's always fucking confusion there. Bill in Florida, what do you got?
Yeah, Ron, I had two quick perspectives as a customer and a server. As a customer, it always boggles me why the waiter who took my order, when a group of people, they bring it back, then they don't know who ordered fucking what. They mix it all up. And when I worked in college as a server at the DoubleTree, I don't know if it's just down south, but I don't know why black people would never tip. I had like $100 tab, and if they didn't tip, they might leave like $2 or something. I don't know if it's a cultural thing or what. I mean,
we've heard that many times over the years. And Dave, you as a waiter, is there any truth to that stereotype?
There's truth to it. I'm not going to say it's 100%.
Canadians and Europeans have the same problem, right?
Absolutely. A European is the worst. A person from even Scotland who I'm all excited, in Ireland, because I'm like, oh, all right, I love talking to those people. They'll be terrible tippers. They're the worst for me personally.
Now you can go out in the South for breakfast and still hit the fucking table. Like, I'm gonna leave some change
just don't
as a tip. And I'm not saying it's all the people in the South, but it happens a lot more there. I think New York and Las Vegas are the two places where people are like, let me fucking tip, let me get taken care of too. Because they're the exact opposite of Fez. In New York, you see a maitre d', you fucking palm him some extra money, right? You expect that guy to fucking see you the next time you're coming in and fucking take care of you and treat you fucking differently, you know? That you expect better fucking service. But at the same time, that guy's also going to be taken care of. But don't make me reintroduce myself to you fucking over and over, you know? Then it's fuck you.
Well, it's just a personal, a natural human reaction. If I know that here's these two people and they're great tippers, I am going to give them better service. Simple as that.
Justin in Tampa, you're on Fez.
Hey, Ronnie B, how you doing, bud?
Good.
You ever been to Burns Steakhouse down here?
With every record guy in the fucking country, yes. When they came in with that fucking LA credit card, we'd always go to Burns Steakhouse. You been to Burns, Fezzy?
Yeah, I've been to Burns. And they have the dessert room as well.
Let's go over here to Dan in Florida. You're on Fez. Well, let me try you again.
Hi, buddy. Hey, I used to hate when people would go out
to a restaurant. I used to work in a restaurant, and they would be miserable. You look at their face, and they were just in a fucking crummy-ass mood. It's like, you're out, dude. Enjoy yourself. But some people, no matter what you do, they're going to be miserable, and they're going to take it out on somebody else just to take their miserableness out on somebody else.
What kind of people do you think they are, Dave? What kind of people show up to fucking abuse a fucking waiter?
I noticed a lot of single, older women.
Really?
Now, I would always make a little backstory, a la Wonder Years in my head about them. You know, maybe their husband had died, something like that. And these women, if they were by themselves, you're done. You're not getting a good tip, and they're going to have insane amount of requests. Like, I had one woman one time, I brought her a hot carrot soup, and she asked me, can I have some crackers? Okay. I know I need some more crackers. She made me go back to the kitchen 4 or 5 times for that package of 2 crackers. She wanted like 12 crackers for a cup of soup. So this is a bad person.
Maybe she's lonely and just wanted Red to be around more.
Then talk to me, carrot lady.
Carrot lady, meet carrot top.
George in California, you're on Fez.
Yeah, hey Ron, Fez, how you doing today?
Good.
Great. I move furniture for a living, and one thing I noticed that people from New York, whenever you move their furniture, they tip you handsomely. They're more than happy and appreciative of your service you've given them. But yet I notice a lot of people from anywhere else, you'll move their whole house, set it all up, nothing broken, a perfect job, and they actually give you nothing. They give you a handshake, goodbye. And what I was always learned was that TIP stands for to ensure prompt service. So it's probably the wise thing to tip your movers in advance to ensure that they give you a good job. So
I didn't know people around the country did not tip the movers.
Nothing.
I tip movers, and I try to buy lunch, too.
See, that I think it comes across a little rude, though, when people act like, I'll get you guys pizza. You got to say, you guys want to get something for lunch. But so many times I notice with movers, oh, we got pizzas for you guys. Now, what do you think they want to eat? 5 fucking pizzas a week? Let them fucking pick a little bit.
I would offer them a drink and I would tip. But a drink, I've never even offered a person lunch.
Matt in Ohio, you're on Fez.
Yeah, hey, the reason, Dave, that people might be from Europe, like, weak on the tips is because when I was over in the Ukraine, I would try to tip like 15, 20, 25%, and then you would get yelled at because you're over tipping, and some of the servers looked at it as an insult that you felt pity for them, that they weren't working so,
Then you know what?
Fuck
you. You know what? I had pity for you when Hitler was marching around here. You didn't fucking mad when we fucking tipped you then. Mark in Miami, you're on Run Fez.
Hey guys, just wanted to chip in that on South Beach for the past few years, if you check your bill when you're done eating, there's always like an 18% gratuity already tacked on because of all the lousy tippers down here.
Now, is a lot of that the Europeans or?
Yeah, the Europeans love to go to South Beach, the South Americans, and so it's kind of like if you're a local, you kind of like you got to look at your bill because we tend to just tip 15 to 20% anyway, and sometimes you double tip them.
Now, over here is our good friend, Stucker Patty, who wants to teach us something about the restaurant business. Hey, Patty.
Hey, how are you?
Good, honey.
Yeah, I just wanted to point out that the person behind the counter, it's not an easy job because you're dealing with the public. You get customers that take it out on you if you had a bad day. Mm-hmm. If you get their order mixed up, which anybody can do, they give you hell for it, but you work very, very hard, and you really, you don't get paid a lot, but you work very hard for these people, and the customer's always right, even if they're wrong. And
the counter service is a problem because you have a cup there, and a lot of change is going to go in that cup.
Yeah, we don't always get tips. A lot of foreigners don't tip only because it's not their custom to tip in their own country, and that's how they are. That's it.
All right, let's do let's play it out a little bit. I am the customer, and you're Patty working there at Starbucks. Show me how it goes.
Okay, well, you come up to the counter, and I greet you with hello. How are you? What can I do for you?
Chinese man. How are you? I'm Chinese man. What tip cup mean? What tip cup?
Okay.
You
So
show me breast. Show me breast.
Show you what? I can't understand.
Show me ass. I want to see ass.
Oh, I'm sorry. We don't have that here, but we do have Verona on special.
How much
today.
you shake my pee-pee? Shake my pee-pee. How much?
At this point, we'd all be cracking up.
You just have a ball with it?
I speak for
Yeah, I
everyone.
think we would. I like customers that are very illustrious and interesting.